Okay. Welcome. Welcome to my stream. Try to get comfortable here. Okay.
You really should join the girls and I for lunch after we save the world, Wanda.
After we save the world. Okay. That's good.
You don't find something like this every day.
Well, I could sell those, or I could just stick them there. Not sure how you activate those from there, but doesn't even tell you. Travel Power, Med Kit, Ultimate, Team Up Hero, Dismiss Team Up, Cybernetic, Achievements, Character Sheet, Inventory, Mission Log, Social Panel, Store, News Page, Scoreboard, Map, Stop Movement, Body Slide, Close Windows, Show Items, Toggle Items, Next Buff Page. Next, Mission Tracker, Previous Tracker, Audio Emotes, Toggle UE, Flourish. That's how you activate it. So they gave you a key you can bind to activate this right here. Okay. Still not completely comfortable. Lumbar support. There we go. All right. We're ready to start anew. And I'm going with Invisible Woman this time. From looking at the bar, as far as I can tell, they didn't take away any of her powers like I've had happen on some previous. But the way I played her before the update was she had an AoE target spender. And then of course I put down the vulnerability. I put down the damage layer. I went invisible, which gave me some spirit and some health regen. Applied a weaken if used while stealth that does 300% damage. So this AoE all of a sudden became a pretty monster explosion due to the fact that I'd go invisible right before I'd hit it. They're both on 8-second cooldowns. So as long as I'm not doing anything crazy, it would always be invisible and then bam, a big explosion. I used my shield dome as a, just as a defensive. She didn't really have a steroid. And if I have a character that doesn't have a steroid, then I find something like this, just some utility, something, some support or something, to put it in this. No, not usually this slot. Usually, oh, here it is, this slot, because this is where my steroid goes. So this is a oh no, oh crap button. And most people use this offensively, because you could go bam, 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 bam and do some nice damage with it. But I hated the fact that it knocked back. So I used it as a defensive shield, because damage resistance is 20% for 5 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. So what happens is, when you first hit it one time, you all of a sudden have a 60% damage shield. I thought it went up to 80%. I thought it was 20% plus 3 stacks. But it looks like it's 20%, 20%, 20%. Maybe the duration even stacks 3 times. So you can have a 60% shield for 15 seconds. She pretty much was a tank in the old system. A 10-second cooldown? No. That can't mean... If it's a 10-second cooldown...
The fate of the world's at stake. We have no time for idling.
Pull a series of powerful fields around you into one, drawing in enemies, dealing damage, and giving you a shield. Restore a charge of invisibility and seeker orbs. You can do it 3 times. The cooldown is 10 seconds. Damage resistance is 20% with a 5-second duration and stacks up to 3 times. I wouldn't think that duration stacks 3 times. That, okay, it resets that duration. Now it's got a 30-second cooldown. Okay. My bad. I have a feeling... I think what happens is... I think the user interface is a little messed up the first time you come into here, because down here I have noticed on some of my characters that I'm trying to enable for this update has reported things that does not happen until you select a talent. So it's almost as if there's some default talents selected that we don't see, but affects our bar down here. So what I need to do every time I start a new character is this. I need to clear my bar down here so that what I'm looking at makes sense. But alright, 20% damage resistance, duration 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Okay, I got these two mixed up. This one's 30 seconds, this one's 10 seconds with 5 seconds. And then it goes away. 3 seconds, and it goes away. It's on cooled. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Sometimes I've noticed these changing down here, and now I know why. If you have your mouse over something and you click a button on your keyboard, in my case it's a Tartarus, from Razer, it will set it for you down here. But it's this guy I'm working with. Restore a charge of invisibility and seeker orbs. Max charges 3. Cooldown 10 seconds. It's 20% damage resistance for 5 seconds. And you can stack it up to 3 times. See, it seems like in the old, before the update, it seems like when you hit it once, you started with 80% damage resistance. If you hit it a second time, you dropped to 60. If you hit it a third time, you dropped to 40. Hit it another time, you dropped to 20. And then I think you could activate it 5 times. And you could really push things away. Bah, 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 bah. And then you'd lose all your damage resistance after the 5th. Looks like it's completely different now. Looks like they don't want us playing it. It looks like they want us to use it offensively, but get the defensive effects from it. See, I would hit it one time, and I had 80% damage resistance for a pretty good amount of time. It looks like they took that away. Looks like now you got to go bang, 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 and then for 5 seconds, you've got you can have 60% damage resistance. But they're not stacking the duration unless you do like I just did, where you have to pace it out. I could hit it once and have 20% damage resistance for 5 seconds. Hit it, right at the end and have 20% for 5 seconds. And then hit it, have 20% for 5 seconds. Or you can hit it 3 times quickly, doing your burst damage, and then have 60% damage resistance for 5 seconds. But the duration's not stacking. I'm not hitting it 3 times and getting 15 seconds of 60% damage resistance. That would be crazy considering it's a 10-second cooldown afterwards. So, yeah. Let's look at all of these. 40% against enemies under the effects of Storm of Spheres and Force Pillars. There's my Storm of Spheres. So I played her AoE just for the fact that this got the 40% boost as long as you were hitting things inside her damage over time. This applies vulnerability. So there's my vulnerability. Here's my damage layer. Invisibility setting up for this guy, which gives it 300% damage boost. So my explosion and restore spirit. So this is 8 seconds, 8 seconds, 6 seconds. Oh, that's the duration. So you can maintain 3 of these, I think. 10% damage received persists for 3 seconds. Oh, that means if they step out of. If they go through the damage over time portion, then for 3 more seconds, they'll still be vulnerable. As long as they're in the damage over time, they are vulnerable and slowed. The vulnerability persists, the slowness doesn't. But this duration's 9 seconds. This duration's 6, because it has a stun on it, probably. And then these are 8 and 8. It annoys me when things don't match up. In other words, I don't get an 8 second, 8 second, 8 second, 8 second rotation. But that's how I'll use it. Of course, I'll use this one more. I'll use this one more because you can persist probably 2, maybe 3 of these. Whoa, they look bigger. Just 2 at a time. And they look much bigger. So I'll lay a couple of these down, hit this, hit this, hit this. Back around again while I'm maintaining this. And this one I can use offensively now instead of just defensively. I can bang, 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 and for 5 seconds, I've got 60% damage resistance. Yeah, the stacks up to 3 times must only pertain. We've seen it doesn't pertain to the duration. So maybe the damage resistance goes up to 60%. Wonder if that shows up in the. Let's see. My damage resistance right now, or reduction. Wonder if that'll affect it. My damage reduction right now is 32%. Bang, bang, bang. Still 32%. Nothing over here shows the damage reduction. Bang, bang, bang.
Possible. Except that.
Okay, its cooldown is acting exactly like the like our dashes. See what it's doing there? It seems like the cooldown is stacking up to 3 times instead of the duration stacking up to 3 times.
Here we go.
There's a damage shield. So you can use it 3 times and then you're locked out. It lasts 5 seconds, then it goes away. And then your cooldown kicks in of 10 seconds. And as long as I don't activate it again. Nope. The cooldown is stacking 3 times. Well, per charge. I can use it 1 time now. I can use it, well, I think you understand what I'm saying. I do it 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. I have 60% damage reduction. And then it goes away. And then I could probably activate it once now. When this finishes, I can activate it twice. And then when it finishes again, I can activate it 3 times again. Yeah, it's showing me my charges. I can activate it twice now. So it's acting just exactly like this guy. So it may be better to spread it out. I don't know. Let's let's see what I need to do here. We're durability and energy. Durability and energy. I'm in good shape with energy. Durability looks okay. I've got a bunch of fighting that I need to get rid of. Okay, this one's energy. Wow. So I looked out there. This one is speed. Obviously, I had a lot of spirit issues with her because I was AoE spamming. And so I had this, which recovers spirit on energy powers, and this, which recovers spirit every time you crit. So I had a lot of spirit regen on her because of being an AoE spammer. This works, though that probably would go up to 3 energy. And this, of course, works because it's generic. This is still fine, as long as she's still energy-based. Yeah, she's energy-based. They didn't change her type on us. So the only thing I have potentially is this. I might still need it, though, just because of the spirit regen
There better be a heck of a reward for waiting around like this.
I gave her area power relics. Cosmic control rod fits right into her. Regenerate on enemy defeat. There's durability. energy, those are both good rolls. She's got fighting challenge bonuses that don't matter. This one got energy. This one got a low roll on durability. But this one got a good roll. So she overall, her affixes that rolled with the update did okay. This one's the only one. We lost 2 durability, 2 potential durability. But everything else rolled the max. Can't complain about that. I need to find her a different pet. I need to find her an energy pet or a durability pet. Should even work well with a durability pet. Except, let's see, energy helps with spirit cost and damage from ranged attacks. Durability increases health and defense rating. Is she defense based? Yes, defense and deflect. With a trait of 3% deflect chance. Okay. What about her core? Her core's okay. I noticed yesterday after streaming, I went and watched Wilfred Wong's YouTube, and I recommend subscribing to Wilfred Wong's YouTube. And all the newer cores dropping have a whole lot more affixes. I mean, not a whole lot more, but more and better affixes. In other words, if you had the top of the line cores pre-update, like an armored trifecta, it's not top of the line anymore. Because it doesn't have any fighting or duration. It doesn't have any attributes on it. Whereas the new cores dropping in cosmic patrols and probably other cosmic areas are dropping with attributes up to +3. So we've got to replace all of our cores. I've got a whole see, this was an armored trifecta. It's still a nice, it's still an armored trifecta. They took away invulnerability and gave us damage shields, but the stuff dropping now is better. So our cores that we've collected and saved, and they're not the best anymore. There are much better cores out there. So we have to start the whole core collection all over again. Which is not too big a deal as long as they're still dropping as crazy in Cosmic Patrol and Midtown as they've been in the past. If you like Cosmic Midtown like I do, and you play there a lot, especially Mondays when Monday Madness, Midtown Madness, you get a lot of core drops, and hopefully I can replace a lot of my cores by playing Midtown Madness, Midtown Monday Madness, whatever it's called. All right, let's get the pet. That's what I was looking for before I got sidetracked. Where are my duration pets? Speed, intelligence, energy. I've got energy pets. When you use a signature, ultimate powers, strength, 1 to all attributes. Durability pets are at the bottom here. When you use energy, gain, deflect, and base damage to ranged. This one's okay except for the purple. The purple has 3% physical damage on it. When you move, gain 4% area damage and 4% base damage for 12 seconds. You know, you're going to be moving in cosmic difficult level. You're going to be moving At least every 12 seconds, so that's not bad. And another 3% base damage to area powers. The green one is not very good. 3% defense. Durability, that's the energy power one, and this is missing purple. Okay, I probably stuck some durability out there on some characters that I don't really play much. All of these guys are going to be, there's a durability, but it's got the physical damage on it. Intelligence, fighting. The +3 fighting was so sought after before the update, and I've got 36 or more.
I knew I should have brought a book.
Energy. I've already put this one on. This one would work, but I've already done. I haven't done Cable yet, as a matter of fact. I could steal this from Cable, because energy might not even be his attribute. Now I need to switch. I need to transfer, because evidently Invisible Woman was my second Cosmic Prestige. I don't remember that, because that was a while ago, but I did Scarlet Witch and then Invisible Woman. And the reason I know that is because she's got a red Iron Buddy. I put the Cosmic Iron Buddy on Scarlet because she was my first Cosmic Prestige, and I put the red one on Invisible Woman because she was my second Cosmic Prestige. That kind of surprises me.
Storm, ready for action.
Don't know what awarded her second place in my Cosmic Prestige run. Don't know what I was thinking back at the time. Alright, Cable, you can hold on to that for now. So there we go. We got another +3 energy, and then we gain 4% critical damage and 4% attack speed on hit for 12 seconds. And 3% base damage to ranged powers, which she obviously is ranged, except for an area and an area. Well, these three are ranged. I wonder if there's... Yes, we saw one earlier. Let me keep looking. Oh, no. Well, yeah, energy's good, but durability's good too. Let's keep looking. I can look at energies and durabilities, but I was looking for durabilities, and I don't know why I stopped on an energy. Strength, fighting. Wonder if you can manipulate this window over here with arrows. Nope. Have to click over here, but I can get it closer, I think. Yes. Anything to help. Okay, I've already worked on Captain Marvel, so. Fighting, intelligence, durability. 2 ranks to ultimate powers. So, no, thank you. Doom, intelligence. Deadpool's fighting. I have so many fightings. Oops, I can't deal with Doctor Strange. I've already got him ready for after the update. Durability, gain 4 critical damage, 4 attack speed. Yeah, this isn't much different than what I've got on her right now. It just gives me more durability instead of energy. But that's a possibility. And I think right now I want to swap. Oops, wrong guy. This guy. Give me Reed.
Just let me know what you need.
I need a cybernetic affix transfer. I think they're pretty much identical. This one's range, this one's area. And it gives more health. And then put this one on Emma. I guess I can stay over here. Emma, you can have this one for now. Let's continue on. Fighting, energy. What was its energy? Signature power. Gain 15% power radius and 4% base damage rating. This one's a nice one. Her signature power can be used. See, how long does that last? For 10 seconds. But let's keep looking for what I was actually looking for to see if I have one. A durability. Critical damage and attack speed for 12 seconds. 3% based. Okay, how is this different from... Oh, oops. I'm looking at her. I didn't pay attention to who I clicked on. That's funny. Strength. Durability. While moving. Juggy's got a cow on him because I don't play Juggy. Though I'm going to give all the characters a chance after the update. Because some that I didn't like playing, I might like playing now. And some that I liked playing, I might not like anymore. I've got so many. I put cows on the people I didn't like until I ran out of cows. Fighting. I have so many +3 fighting. Energy. When you critically hit, gain range damage and critical damage. This one would work, but it's energy based and not durability. I got so many pets. There's not going to be many durability ones out here because durability was the last thing you wanted before the... There's one. Gain 4 critical damage and 4 attack speed, and purple's not finished on it. It looks like the one I have is my best shot. And this one was energy. When moving. Strength. Nothing. Strength. So, let's go with what we have. Don't want to go through all 120 plus pets that I have. But it gives me the durability stat that I wanted. Gain 4 crit damage and 4 attack speed on hit for 12 seconds. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Attack speed's always good. Critical damage rating, though 4% critical damage rating we already know from synergies is just, it's nothing. Gives me area, spirit, and health. Speaking of synergies, area attack, brutal crit, damage to bosses, energy crit, energy damage, fighting attribute. We are durability energy, so we do not need War Machine. Alright, health on hit. Yeah, all the health on hit stuff shows 0 everywhere. I don't know if health on hit is broken or if just what it shows in everywhere. Because it shows here as it's broken and it shows over here that it's broken. So either health on hit is broken or all the user interface stuff representing health on hit is broken. So what can we pick up? A durability, which is Emma. She's a +1 to durability. Plus we get some extra to damage over time, which is what this guy is. No, yeah, this guy and this guy. So we get extra damage to these two powers. Plus we get 4% base damage because we got one more durability. And I think we're in good shape. The only thing that doesn't fit here is the mental damage, but that's probably because of Jean Grey. Yes. Jean gives 3 energy and 3 mental. I could have gotten 2 energy and 2 ranged. That might be better than 3 energy. Except yeah, only these two have the range tags on them. Now, everything has an area tag on it, but I may have all the area damage you can grab. There's 10%. Because I've got Magneto. How about Fire? I've got Human Torch. How about Green Goblin? I could pick up 2.5% area, but I'd give up 3 energy, so I could pick up, yeah, the 3 energy is better than 2.5. Well, is it? Area. I can get 2.5% on these two. 2.5% more damage on these, and only lose 0.5% damage on these. But this will be the majority of my damage. It's a trade-off. The theory crafters can figure that one out. Why is this all red? Alright, so I usually fix this at the end. So we won't bother with this until we work through her rotation. Right now we're looking pretty good. 21 durability, 31 energy. The only reason we have 8 fighting is because she has 4 challenge bonuses of +1 fighting. And I'm not going to worry about changing those because of the fact that we're going to be replacing all this gear in the future. And she's a Boazon. Boazon, however you pronounce that. Bow, I guess, like a bow and arrow. Boazon. Which is okay. It's ranged and critical. And brutal strike on crits. So my old rotation is still here. Let's see what we can do to improve it. Resonating wave always gains its bonus effect, even if you're...
the end of the world, but I've learned to relax.
So someone who doesn't want to have stealth in their rotation could get the resonating wave bonus without the stealth. I've got stealth in my rotation. Force Pillar has a 2% chance to automatically activate when you hit with any power. That would be nice, because I don't use Force Pillar. It applies a vulnerability. And adds 20% damage to Crushing Force. So far that's looking pretty good. It's going to apply something that I don't even use. I guess the opposite would be you could use this and then take invisibility off your bar and put Force Pillar on the bar. And so you'd still get all the advantages of everything, you just lose invisibility. But you'd gain some damage and lose invisibility. and I like playing cosmic difficulty. So I prefer the invisibility. And then what's the last one? Wall of Force cooldown. Yeah, I don't really use Wall of Force. I like the wall powers. And if I have a rotation that, in other words, I could use Wall of Force instead of the Shield Dome. I could stand over, I can stand back at range like I am, throw up a Wall of Force in front of me and do my thing. But I had rather, see, the cooldown is 6 seconds, and so I could stay behind a Wall of Force. And enemies can't approach me, and their projectiles can't hit me. That's a nice defensive thing. But unless you can train other people to stand back there with you behind the wall, I like this one better. Because if I see someone having difficulties, if we're all having difficulties, I like to throw up the bubble. Everybody sees the bubble and gets in the bubble. That's almost a no-brainer. Whereas if somebody sees the wall, they might not think to go stand behind the wall. I don't know. One of them just seems more selfish to me. The wall seems more selfish to me than the bubble does. The bubble seems like, boom, everybody get inside the bubble. Whereas the wall is like, hey, you guys are on your own. Maybe it's just a personal opinion. The wall looks better just because of the fact that it's a 6-second cooldown and it lasts 6.8 seconds. You can have it up permanently even before you use this. See, look what this does. The lowering the cooldown on it is kind of irrelevant. You can keep it up all the time, as long as nothing's beating on it. But this also adds 10% base health to everybody, and 1% max health regen to everybody passively. That's something to revisit. I don't feel so bad about standing behind a wall telling everybody else they're on their own when I'm also supplying them with 10% more health and 1% maximum health per second regeneration. I don't feel so selfish using the wall with this trait. Now you'd give up your glass cannon type stuff. This is totally support mode. But I like the fact that they've given us the choice to play support mode. I need to get my water bottle, so give me about 60 seconds, please. I noticed right before I went online that there is a thread by the developers talking about the cosmic difficulty. And I didn't look at that thread. Hopefully some of you did. So I don't know what it says. I guess I could take a second and see what they said. I guess I could look at it on this monitor over here. Let's switch to my stream monitor. General discussion, cosmic difficulty, and you. Okay, what's he saying? This was yesterday. I wanted to take time talk about the 3 new difficulty levels, especially about cosmic difficulty. We've read a lot of your feedback and understand some players are frustrated at what they believe to be overtuned bosses and undertuned rewards. Allow me to clarify. Normal is closest to what story mode green and red were previously. Heroic is somewhere between the old cosmic terminals and cosmic midtown patrol zones. Should be appropriate for players who could previously pass the cosmic trial. Cosmic is intended to be near the top of difficulty curve and somewhere between the old epic and cosmic danger room scenarios. That's what I've been seeing. This just now justifies that that's what they wanted. The majority of heroes should not be able to complete this difficulty efficiently. Otherwise, it would not live up to its name. That was the implication I was getting too. This does not surprise me at all. This probably angers 80% of the player base, but this was right where I expected it to be after the update. A big mistake we acknowledge is that using the term cosmic for the last difficulty confused many players. What we'd like to emphasize is having 3 different difficulties allows us to set up huge range of challenge. Are we going to reduce boss health or damage in cosmic difficulty? For the upcoming patch, we are going to focus on bug fixes. Thus, we will be closely monitoring the metrics and player performance. I really hope they don't lower it. My personal opinion. There were just so many changes to items, attributes, so on and so on and so on. Are we going to increase rewards in cosmic difficulty? Yes, but not in the next patch. Work has been ongoing. Okay. So, I've got no problem with the cosmic difficulty. Let's go back to the attribute adjustments. So this is what I keep looking at when I want to know who I can play next. I don't want to play anybody on this list because they're going to change. So there. That's what he said about cosmic difficulty. I like the cosmic difficulty. I like the fact.
These little moments of peace for myself.
I like the fact that if I go into a cosmic patrol and I'm the only person in there, that it's going to take me a long time to take down a man-ape. If a boss wave comes, I have no chance alone. And I like that because I can always step back one to heroic difficulty and go and do what I cannot do in cosmic difficulty. Now, when I'm in cosmic difficulty and there's a bunch of us in there and we're all fighting the same bosses at the same time, yes, I like where the cosmic difficulty is right now. Like I said, that's not the general consensus, I don't think, of our player base. We all got too easy for too long. They let it go too long in the old way, and people got comfortable with just, going into any cosmic patrol, or the cosmic terminals to me were just way too easy. I like the fact that I got abused in Cosmic Ultron yesterday with Magic. I didn't show it, but I got frustrated. Almost a rage quit until I got up, walked away, came back, and realized that is what it should be. I should not be in there on a little teenage girl that has no way to protect herself until I get proper gear and or whatever. It didn't have anything to do with the fact it was magic, but with 33% damage resistance, even though I had 5 summons out there trying to survive just like I was. That's the way it should be at Cosmic. Cosmic difficulty. Because it's going to get easier as we go. So, if it's easy now and keeps getting easier and easier, we're back where we started. Alright, back to Invisible Woman here. Stay out of sight. Shield Blitz now provides a short duration. I don't use Shield Blitz. What the heck is Shield Blitz? Oh, that's the dash. The dash. Shield Blitz now provides a short duration stealth, but does not deal damage. I prefer that. I've never used dash to do damage. I might have used it to stun. This one has a knockdown on it. Do you still get the knockdown? All it says is it loses the damage. It doesn't say it loses the knockdown. When out of combat, you become stealthed. Oh, this is that thing where when you're just standing around doing nothing out of combat and you'd go invisible. This is her toggle that she had in the old system. So far that's a good thing. I might find something I'd rather have, but invisibility will automatically activate if you fall below 35% of your maximum health and does not consume a charge of invisibility. If I didn't have invisibility in my rotation, this might be amazing. But I've already got it in my rotation, so I'm going to be invisible 2 seconds every 8 seconds. So the only time I'm in trouble is if as soon as I come out of invisibility, then I'm attacked, because I've got 6 seconds before I can go back into invisibility. But I've got a shield dome and I've got quantum compression as long as it's not on cooldown. I've got a lot of damage resistance and stuff that I can do. This is my oh crap power. So I guess if I played without an oh crap power, you could use this as your oh crap power. Oh no! When you use invisibility, damage goes up 5%. You see, I'm using invisibility in my rotation. And I'm using invisibility in my rotation. So this is my best bet. Since I'm already using it. This is going to give me 5% damage increase every 5 seconds. Well, every 10 seconds. Because I'm using invisibility every 8 seconds, I should say. So every 8 seconds, I'm going to have 5 seconds of damage increase. Stacks up 2 times. So for 5 seconds, I'm going to have 5% damage increase for... and then it goes away. So I'm not going to be able to stack it. Unless... well, you can't use this and this. So how do you get invisibility off? Oh, this one. Yeah, I'm not sure they thought this one through. You'd have to use this invisibility and this invisibility, or this invisibility and dash invisibility. Either way, so you can't use this and the dash invisibility. Or can you? No. If you're using this talent, you can't use this talent. So unless something else down here gives you invisibility, you're never easily going to stack this twice. So that's kind of strange. Somebody might figure that one out. I'm not that intelligent. I don't see it yet. Unless there was invisibility in something else back here that I haven't noticed yet. This gives a group invisibility. This gives single invisibility. But it's 8-second cooldown, 30-second cooldown. So if you popped both of these in just to get 10% damage increase for 5 seconds, that's probably going to lower your damage. Seeker Orbs now cause the next 3 activations of Crashing Wave style Force Disc or Bouncing Disc used within 10 seconds to trigger 2 additional Seeker Orbs. Yeah, I haven't really been a Seeker Orb player. I think Leveling Up I used them way back when, but Seeker Orbs. They restore spirit. We'll see. Invisibility transforms into Applied Barrier. Creates a protective barrier around yourself and allies. Since I'm using invisibility, and then Suffocate damage goes up by 10%. And I'm using Suffocate. That's a nice support. That's a nice support. It doesn't say how long. See if it's got the. I guess the duration's still the same. 3 seconds. So 3 seconds out of every 8 seconds, I'm protecting me and my allies with a protective barrier, absorbing incoming damage. How much incoming damage? 10% of my maximum health. That's a nice support. Shield Dome now instantly casts without channeling. And it lasts...
As long as I have this time, I should check to make sure all the systems are nominal back at the Baxter building.
Okay, I didn't realize this was a channeled power. I don't remember it being channeled before the update. So I would have to stand and channel this to protect me and my buddies. Or use this so that it instantly casts like it did before the update. But then you lose the support. Well, this is supporting people too if they jump in the bubble. This one supports them. It looks like they give you so many choices here. I like this power. I don't like this being channeled. So if I get rid of this, that opens me up to things like seeker orbs. But then you'd want this if you had seeker orbs. Well, it opens me up also to using the wall now. Standing back behind the wall. When you use applied barrier, okay, all of a sudden, hidden strike. When you use applied barrier, okay, that was the name that this got changed to. When you use applied barrier, you get more damage. Force pillar, 2%. Resonating wave. Wall force. Apply guarded to allies. See, I like the automatic force pillar activation here. But now that I'm using wall of force, I can add 10% to everybody's health and give everybody health regen. So this is something I might use solo. This is something I might use in Cosmic Patrols. Let's continue. Invisibility and Seeker Orbs share their charges. Ooh, invisibility has charges. But that's okay. I've got it in an 8-second rotation. Alright, let's stop and see how charges affect invisibility. Alright, so let's get to where you can see me. So I put up my wall, start by rotation. Oh, I gotta keep my wall up. Oops, I put the wall on top of him. Okay, I never did use that. All right.
It might put the whole team in danger.
Okay. I can see a use for seeker orbs. Yeah. And I can see why I had both this and Lizard's formula. She has no attack speed. It was invisibility I was concerned about, though. So let me worry about the other stuff. Could I do invisibility every 8 seconds in a rotation? And it only lasts for 2 seconds, I think. As long as that bubbles up, I am invisible. And then I come back out. Yeah, I keep getting my charges back. So yes, you can use invisibility in a rotation. I now understand the 5% damage on 2 invisibilities. If you used it twice, then you'd have increased damage. And then so you can't use it twice. But invisibility in a rotation works just fine. Now I could always put seeker orbs out here. And then this gives you more invisibility charges. So you could probably pop it twice and take advantage of this guy. Okay, I need a couple of minutes, so please give me a couple of minutes. Stretch your legs, and I will be right back. All right. Where were we? Invisibility and seeker orbs share their charges. Share their charges. Both their cooldowns drop by 2 seconds, but the number of charges go up by 2. But now they're shared. And if you put them both in your rotation, then you really haven't done anything. You hit one, they both lose a charge. You hit the other one, they both lose a charge. So it's just double amount of charges lost. They give them 2 more charges, but they take away. But they do lower the cooldown. Crushing force and bouncing discs. I'm not really using either of those. Oh yeah, I do use crushing force. That's the reason I'm losing so much spirit so fast. Damage goes up 75%. Oh, then it gains a cooldown. Invisible combat applies quicksand. This guy. I'm not using this guy.
I prefer to do this heroing stuff uninterrupted, but I'm sure we could make up for lost time.
5 seconds of invisibility for everybody in every 30 seconds. Invisibility applies quickened. 15% damage, 30% movement speed. And then quickened adds 25% movement speed and attack speed. But still, it's only 5 seconds. So if you're using this, that's pretty decent. This is going to take 2 seconds off of my invisibility and add 2 charges to it. And since I'm not using Seeker Orbs right now, this just basically gives me 2 seconds off invisibility and gives me... Of course, this all just went on cooldown for some reason. Now I've got 4 charges. So it's possible you could take advantage of this. Stacks up to 2 times. Wait a minute. Okay. I got a little excited there for a second. When I read that effect also applies when you use Seeker Orbs, my first thought was Seeker Orbs applies my invisibility. And I thought I could take invisibility off of my toolbar and replace it with Seeker Orbs and still be invisible 2 seconds out of every 8 seconds. That was just wishful thinking. That would have been awesome, though. But you can double tap this and so you'll get 10% damage. So I double tapped it. Okay, let me start over there. See what else is 8 seconds. That's 9 seconds. This one's 8 seconds. So you double tap, bam. This is supposed to have an 8-second cooldown. I don't see no cooldown. Let's try something. Bam, 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 bam. 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 What the heck? Where's the cooldown? If used while stealth or invisible. But I am. I hit invisibility. Is that a bug? And it's not using any spirit at all. Now I realize I'm not stealthed anymore. Oh, it restores spirit. Okay. It restores spirit. Throw up my wall. I want to keep my wall up. Okay, now it's spending spirit. It restores spirit if I'm stealth. What breaks stealth? Light distorting field. Maybe that's not considered stealth. Or it says invisibility. Light distorting field that renders you invisible. I'm just not seeing the I'm not seeing the okay, that's the wrong one, but I don't see any recovery of spirit. And it's supposed to recover 25 spirit when you're invisible. Let me get my spirit down a little bit. Alright, my spirit is low. I'm going to hit invisibility twice, and then I hit this guy. Maybe it doesn't come all at once. Maybe it comes slowly. But I'm not seeing that 25 spirit popping back. Go invisible, hit it. Give me 25 spirit, I'm invisible. I guess it is. I guess it's coming back more quickly. Let's see what normal spirit regen. No, normal spirit regen looks pretty. So that's confusing. I'm not sure that spirit regen is actually happening. That 25 spirit restored. Because invisibility lasts 3 seconds. And this thing goes off 1.3 per second. So you can get 2 of these off. You should restore 50 spirit. Alright, let's see what that last talent looks like. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Painful force. Force disc damage goes up 20%. Well, my force disc comes out automatically. No, that's force pillar. I get my names confused. Crushing force. Resonating wave. Shield blitz. Alright, let me reread that. Painful force. Force disc damage is increased. Oh, that's this guy. So if you're using this as your spirit spender, or well, non-spirit spender, but as you're waiting for all your cooldowns to come back, this increases it by 20%. Where's the bouncing discs? If you're using this, it increases by 25%. Or if you use Seeker Orbs, 25%. The Crusher transforms into Rollout. Creates a crusher around yourself, allowing you to roll. And the Crusher transforms into Steamroll. Steamroll is a powerful cooldown line of attack. So that just sends your Crusher out steamrolling. I don't really use any of these powers. Though I might use Seeker Discs because of spirit issues. If we can't handle spirit issues in the Infinity system, which we'll look at next. Alright, I am durability energy. Okay, the only spirit regen I have is this guy. You know, I didn't get the 8-second cooldown either after using this. So I'm thinking this talent up here breaks. One of these talents breaks invisibility. This one. This one transforms into applied barrier. But on the applied barrier, it says renders you invisible. But I think this talent breaks this one. Because I'm not getting the 300% damage, I'm not getting the spirit restored, and I'm not getting the cooldown ever since I clicked this button. Shield Dome instantly casts without channeling. Seeker Orbs cause the next 3 activations of Crashing Wave style Force Disc or Bouncing Discs used within 10 seconds to trigger 2 additional Seeker Orbs. So I think this broke this. Yes, my cooldown's back. So I can pop it twice for the extra damage. Let's see if I've always got 2 charges available. I think I'm gonna run out of charges. Yep. Yeah, I ran out of charges. So as long as I'm hitting this every 8 seconds, I go for a long period of time with the double invisibility charges. But they eventually run out.
Just because I'm invisible is no reason to ignore me.
So it's either just keep 5% for 5 seconds so that I'll always have invisibility every 8 seconds. I never run out of charges. So if I just use them like this in my rotation, then I've got 2 things going for me there. I'll always have 5% for 5 seconds, every 8 seconds, and I've always got extra charges of invisibility to save my butt if I need it. And then I can use maybe Seeker Orbs instead of the Wall of Force to help with spirit if I have a spirit issue. But let's see if we can fix the spirit issue here. This worked really nice on Magic because I think it was Magic. Because she had a power. It's either somebody that I recently redid. Because they had a power that brought back 40% of your spirit. So the more spirit you have, the more spirit it returned. Right now, this spirit returned is just a number. 25. So increasing this doesn't help this at all. So I'm going to stick everything over here. Well, we've seen the rotation and how bad the spirit is. I'll show it to you again. See, I want to try to stay behind the wall. So I got my spirit back. That 25, I mean. Then I reapply everything. Except I forgot. I'll have to learn to keep my wall up. Oops, I hit a button I didn't mean to, I think. my cursor was in a different place than I meant to. See, to keep the wall between me, I have to move my cursor over here and back. In other words, I like easy and comfortable, and this is neither. But I can get used to that. I can go bam, 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 bam. Okay, but I still ran out of spirit. So, oops, I forget. I don't have to leave. I can stay where I am and adjust this. So if I go to the infinity system and say, give me 18.8% spirit cost reduction. I got 95 points left, and I'll stick them all into my spirit. So this increases my spirit by 235. Then I start with here, 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 here. And I go here, 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 here. Here, 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 here. Okay, this is workable. And I've got no spirit problems anymore. And there was really nothing else I could use here, so that's really nice. There's some health regen, but she's got so much. She's got invisibility. She's got that barrier thing. No, I had to remove the barrier thing because it was causing me to lose my spirit regen. The protective barrier. I could bring Shield Dome back. And use it as an oh crap instead of using this. See, I can't use this power. It breaks. It breaks this power. Yes. Yeah, I spent some time off stream last night going around touching everybody. You know, going into the cosmic... I went into the patrol zones and touched all the villains and went into the... touched all the heroes. And I collected... Not all of everything in the game, but I ran around and just touched people. I knew that wouldn't be something fun for YouTube videos or for streaming, so I did that off camera. All right. If this power didn't break this power, let's see. Let's see if my spirit regen is so great now. Well, but but you still lose. Why would you want to use this power if you use this trait? Suffocate damage goes up 10%. But you're losing the 300% damage on this guy. You're losing the 25. I wonder if that's a bug. I'm going to report that as a bug and see if it is a bug. This trait, or talent, this talent should not break invisibility, or break this power, because according to this, applied barrier is still invisibility. See, it's I'm not reading the title invisibility. I'm reading the yellow invisibility and its description. Envelop yourself in light distorting field that renders you invisible. When you hit this, all it did was change the name, the title, but it still says it's an invisibility and envelops yourself in a light distorting field that renders you invisible. So either the tooltip is wrong, that this is no longer invisibility, though when you activate it, it looks like an invisibility. I may have to go out in middle of a bunch of mobs and then hit this power and see if I'm invisible. Let's go to Midtown. Let's go to attract some attention. There should be some right here. Hello guys. You see me? Everybody see me? Now do you see me? Yes. See, you're not invisible anymore. So it's the tooltip that's wrong, or something's broken. Now if I take that trait away, I should have done this while I was out there. Now I go invisible. You can see me go invisible. See, this doesn't say. It implies that you're going to lose invisibility, but they forgot to take the invisibility tag off. All they did was change the title. They didn't change the description and the subtitle. Creates a protective barrier around you and your allies, absorbing incoming damage. So it's going to absorb 2,400 damage, or 10% of my health. It's a nice little damage buffer, but nothing absorbs damage better than being invisible, because they turn around and go somewhere else. It doesn't protect you from AoEs, but they will not punch you in the face again when you go invisible. So you're giving up invisibility to give 2,400k protection to you and your allies. So that's one of those, do I want to be helpful to my allies or helpful to myself? Well, if you're defeated, you're not helping your allies. So I'm going to keep the invisibility. Everybody else can help themselves stay alive. I need to stay alive. Or stay undefeated. Seeker orbs. I may just have to rely completely on my invisibility now that I've got all these extra charges. and forget about the wall of force. And throw seeker orbs into my... I don't need the spirit. That's irrelevant. I could give myself health regen instead of spirit regen. Where are spirit? Where are they? Seeker orbs. Seeker orbs. Wherefore art thou seeker orbs? I guess that's... Nope. Seeker orbs. Spirit restored 25. It's no more than the other one. So I'd be giving up a heck of a lot of... 25 projectiles. Wonder if that's 250 spirit. 4 max charges. Cool. Manipulate a swarm of tiny bubbles to seek out and collide. Energy damage per hit. 25 spirit restored. 10 projectiles fired. What? Alright, let's go see. What? Alright. First, let's burn a bunch of spirit. If I can. Alright. Now I'm starting to burn some spirit. Go, go, go. Maybe if I apply these, I'll burn more spirit. Not really. Alright. Let's see what Seeker Orbs does. That was tiny. It was no more than the resonating wave. And all it did was take charges away from this power. So I don't need this at all. There might be something. I think I'm going to stick with the wall. If I want to play in cosmics. Oh, well, I've got the shield dome. I could go back to shield dome now. Wait, Seeker Orbs causes the next 3. Yeah, I don't use any of those. Crashing wave style. Force disc happens automatically. No, it's force pillar. So this is my only choice. And I can go back to the oh crap shield dome instead of just standing back there behind a wall. Force disc. No, it's force pillar that automatically gets executed. So you could increase seeker damage by 20%. But we just saw I have no need for the seeker orbs. What kind of damage do they do? 50k. Every 6 seconds. 20% more would be another 10k. Just doesn't seem like much. I mean, that's 6k DPS if they all maxed out. Not 6k DPS. Yeah, it is. 60,000 every 6 seconds would be 10,000 DPS if they hit max every time. So that's 6,000 DPS. And I can use my invisibility for oh crap. Crusher, oh yeah. It's that decision. I've also got this guy, which gives me the 20% damage resistance that stacks 3 times. I could go back to using this defensively, where if I'm solo and my team up goes down and they all turn around and start charging me, I can pop this 3 times to give me 60% damage resistance for 5 seconds, pushing them away, and then I can run. Go invisible and run away. So maybe I don't need this. But this is nice because when everybody sees the bubble, they get in the bubble. They know that they're going to get some help. When things are going south and somebody throws up a big bubble, everybody jumps in the bubble if they're not already running. Let's see what we've got. I don't have anything to use on. I don't have anything to use down here because I'm not using any of these. Let's get I need a artifact. What are we missing? Okay. She's at 24.5k health. 24.5k health, that's right. Damage reduction is the least of everybody that I've played so far. But she's got more damage resistance potential than anybody I have played so far. Plus invisibility. So this average effective health doesn't represent the fact that I can go invisible on demand and I can grab 60% damage resistance on demand if I don't use this as an offensive power. If I'm using it as an offensive power, then I've got this, which gives me 40% damage resistance on demand. So the fact that her damage reduction is the lowest of anybody I've played so far is irrelevant. She's got the highest ability to resist damage of anybody I've played so far, including my 51% resistant Spider Girl. Her attack speed's atrocious, and a lot of that is because I removed this. See, this put her attack speed way up. But I can get attack speed from... We hadn't finished the Infinity System. We only fixed her spirit issues. Strength. She's not strength based. So I can add to my signature power. Reduce more incoming damage. Well, this is a no-brainer. I'm using my signature power offensively. Does it still have the knockback? No. It pull a series of powerful fields around you into one, drawing in enemies, dealing damage and giving you a shield. That was nice. That was actually nice of them to take away the knockback. Everybody hated people who didn't know how to play this character. And you knew the people right away who didn't know how to play this character because they came jumping into the mob and blew them all out of the way. And everybody had to stop DPSing, reposition, and yell. Yell at them for doing that. The way I used it before the update was I used it defensively. So before I went jumping in there and before I went in and jumped in and fought, I usually hit it one time, and I had an 80% damage resistance. So, I was tank. And then I did my thing, and then, I just used it like a defensive shield, and I didn't hit anything with it I tried not to, and I didn't push anything away. But I also used it to reposition characters. If you had a bunch of mobs over here that everybody was working on, and one guy was just standing over here, all by himself, I'd get behind him and push him over to the other guys. So I kind of used it like a bulldozer to push things together instead of jump in and explode everything out, making everybody angry. And they took that away from it. I think there were so many complaints that they decided, that's a troll tool we want to get rid of. So now it pulls everything in, which is how I used it, by pushing things together. So it'll pull everything to you and give you a 20% damage resistance times 3 if you hit it 3 times, if you punch it 3 times. So this will increase the damage that it's doing. I guess I could keep doing this. By 84.5%. Energy. I am energy durability, if I remember correctly. Energy durability. So, I definitely want the energy. Well, that depends. I've already got 31 energy. How's my crit looking? Base crit's 34.4. Energy crit is 47.8. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I think I could pick up.
I knew I should have brought a book.
The base damage for energy. Bumping up my energy base damage. Oh, this base damage is already over 200%. Let's give her more crit. I could still pop 2 or 3 points in up here. But let's do it all here. 5% crit. Or is it 4% crit? Let's see. My base crit is... Base critical hit is 34.4. Oh. Now it's 38.4. So that gave me 4% crit. And put my energy crit at, if I can find it, 51.8. So by picking up 4% more crit, I gave up 24% base damage. Now I'm already at 200 plus on the base damage, and I haven't even put points into the durability yet. And my energy damage number is not that high. 24% of 3,575 is not a lot. 800, 900 damage. What's better, 800, 900 damage or 4% crit? Yeah, I'm going to go this route for now. Don't need fighting. Team up. Health. And then I can dump it all into Brutal Strike. Durability, here's where I'll get 24% more. I'm giving up a lot of damage to area powers. It's kind of a bummer. speed. Oh, I definitely need to pick up some attack speed. A lot of it. Oops. One more. $19.9. Dump the rest. Lower my dashes. I've got invisibility. Or pick up my speed. I think I'm going to go here. Have we gone through them all? Yes, we have. Okay, if everybody can give me 3 minutes, please. I will be back in 3 minutes. We'll fix that one artifact, and we'll go see what we've created here. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's find an artifact. What do we need? Attack speed's fine. Energy crit 51.8. Brutal strike 31.1. Both of those are lower than other characters that I'm playing. She really needs a lot of damage. She needs some damage. She's got lots of multipliers, but not much damage. Multipliers aren't any good if you don't have any damage. If you've got 1 damage and multiply it by 1,000, then that means you have 1,000 damage. If you've got 2 damage and multiply it by 1,000, you just doubled your damage. So I need to find something that gives her a lot of energy damage. A high number of energy damage. And it wouldn't hurt if it also gave her some crit or brute or both. Her crit damage and brute damage were both could use some help. So she needs some damage. Let's go look at my artifacts. And I don't know why some of these have little red ones next to them. Alright. Physical. Bleeding. A flag. I don't need the fighting. Intelligence I don't need. Her summoned ally damage. I've already got a Gawk. Let's move these over. Or let's do it this way. I don't know. Strength. Melee. Strength. Energy, strength, and intelligence. Fighting and intelligence. Area and mental. Speed. Movement. Energy.
Hello, it's not polite to keep a girl waiting.
Hello? That's not a lot of energy damage, though. 300. You could have 200 towards weakened. She doesn't really do weakened. Nope, she does a weakened. So that would give 464 damage. A little tiny bit of crit. And more attack speed, which we could go reverse and take away in the Infinity system. But I'd like a big number of energy damage. So these give durability and strength. Ranged crit. Strength. Oh yeah, these are intelligence or energy. But I really need a lot more damage. This is nice. It would work really well, but I'd rather find something energy focused. Burning. Don't think so. I've already got, well, I don't have one of these, but it's speed. I do have one of these. Generic, it's intelligence. Health and strength, fighting, durability and strength, energy damage, range damage, area damage, crit. Hey Magneto, you're not looking so bad. It's a bad roll, but it's a possibility. And I think I've got other Magnetos scattered somewhere. Strength +2 to all attributes. Still looking for a really big number. Energy, intelligence. Energy damage. So this could be as high as 500 energy damage and 4 energy. So here's a possibility. There's 2 possibilities. Physical energy. Speed, strength. Use a signature power, critical damage, lots of physical damage. See, I like the big number of physical damage there. I'd like to see a big number of energy damage somewhere. Durability, intelligence. Energy damage, how high does that go? 550. +2 durability, +250 ranged. So you could get a potential 800 damage and 2 durability, which is another 8% damage. How does that compare? 556, 800 plus 8%. This could be a potential 700, 1050. This could be a potential 1050. Area, ranged, and energy. This works even on just the area powers. Whereas this one just only the energy and ranged. This one works on the energy, the ranged, and the area powers. This one works on all, because it's energy, plus 16%. Physical. This could be 400 energy and 400 weakened. That's 800. But now we've gotten too low. So these are my top two choices. This one adds more crit. So that'll affect all my powers. And it gives area, or energy affects all. Ranged affects a few, area affects a few. But this basically updates everything. This will, it's real good. This is all energy, all energy. So this updates, this gives everything too. But this is a bigger number if I re-roll it or find a better rolled one. Because you can get a potential 250 to all powers plus 450 to ranged powers. So that's 700 to all the ranged ones and a potential 600 to the area ones, which affects both ranged and area, ranged and area, ranged and area. And then these are just area, area, and area. This one doesn't do any damage. But this does, and this does. And this adds 16%. 470 to everything, and then 16% more to all. And this gives a bunch more crit. Let's see if I got a better Magneto somewhere. Let's check Overflow. That's Nick Fury. So it's got the little black thing on it. Here we go. All right, let's look at these three. Now see if I've got one in the overflow, which I do. I got overflow and overflow. All right, that's got too many red ones. That's got one red one to ranged ones. One red one to ranged ones, but 90% energy damage. This one's crit's low. There's not a big span between the low number and the high number. So the percentages are deceptive. Even though that's a 66%, you can only get 17 more. That's a 45% red, but you can only get 41 more. And that's a 78%, and you can only get 11 more. So this is a good number. This one's a good Magneto. And I think I'm going to go with the Magneto instead of the Black Tom Shillelagh. Because we already have a 200% plus amplifier of damage. Adding 16% more to that is not that big a deal. But adding lots of damage to that 200% multiplier, I think, is a better bet. Let's fix the blessing. Let's put these back. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's keep those together. Put this guy here. Put that guy there. Well, I gotta put my Uncle Tom's back. Let's put this there, and Uncle Tom goes back. Or Black Tom, not Uncle Tom.
We'll have some us time, I promise. I just need to finish these equations.
Over here, transfer blessings. Have I unbound this yet? No, I have not.
Did someone call the Invisible Woman?
So, let's throw a whole bunch of numbers at that 208%. It's still 232%. So let's throw a bunch of damage at that 232%. Let's go put Lizard away. It needs to go into overflow, which is full, so it goes into overflow. Overflow. Oh, I forgot to unbind it. Unbind.
We'll have some us time, I promise. I just need to finish these equations.
I got more of those than anything else. All right. So now it should go where it belongs, which was overflow. You think that's funny that I have an overflow and an overflow? This is my overflow. All right. I think we're ready to go try her out. Ranged. Which helps these 3 powers. And only 3. Control rod's okay. Area powers is okay. Against weakened, more brutal strike. We'll see what happens. Where shall we begin? Let's see. She's got magic with her. Phoenix Force.
Queen of Limbo, ready for action.
Because we focused energy damage and ranged. Wonder if I've got... Come here, get away from that stuff. Alright, let's see if I can fix magics. Let's see. 2.8% energy damage. Here's a 2.9. Okay. What's the attribute on this? Upon enemy defeat, gains 1% stacking damage. So we don't want this one. You use a mid kit, you gain 20% damage boost. Perfect. Alright. Next. Ooh, I'm low on ranged. But we're going to go collect some more eventually. I'm not low on range down here. And why are you red dot? Let's Oh, I forgot to look and see what the 3 second cooldown to team up away powers. Yeah, that's not good. This needs to be replaced eventually too. I keep my team ups out. At least it'll do something if the team up gets defeated and I don't notice. If it gets charged by Rhino twice in a row or something. Alright, down here, we don't want opponent enemy defeat. We don't want med kit gain. I've already used in both of those. Opponent enemy defeat. When you use a med kit, gain 20% damage. Okay, this one's different. I can actually use this one. Though dodge and deflect on the team up is not that great. More health regen on the team up. Brutal strike chance on the team up. To become invulnerable. Health regen and less damage on the team up. And they gain 100% health when I use it. So this is what I'm going to use it. Alright. Opponent enemy defeat. When you use a med kit, team up away powers. Med kit 100% health. And med kit team up gains 20% damage boost. Don't need this stuff. Alright. So she's in better shape now. Where do we want to go and try her out? Where do we want to go try her out? Let's do what I've been doing. Let's start with a Cosmic Taskmaster. This should be easy pickings, I think. What did I end up with? Oh, I ended up with... I ended up with the panic button. First, let's find a whole bunch of mobs. Come on. Everybody come get me. Everybody come get me. Everybody come get me. Alright. Pick that up. Alright, too many ranged guys. I couldn't get them to all gather. But this is a cosmic terminal. So grabbing a bunch of guys is not a big deal. Let's go find and see what Tasky does. Okay, I think I'm flying much faster than I'm supposed to be. That's a little crazy.
Looks like class is in session.
And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And I lost my pet. Come back. There she is. Lost my team up, I should say. Okay, I don't do a lot of damage. It still has the knockback, even though it doesn't say it does. It says it pulls them together. Pull a series of powerful force fields around you into one, drawing in enemies and dealing damage and giving you a shield. It's a force explosion. Okay, it's supposed to pull them in. And then I guess the explosion's supposed to knock them away. Even though it doesn't say there's a knockback on it. So people can still troll you. with this power.
This looks important. I'll hold on to it for safekeeping.
People who like to troll, who haven't matured beyond 12. Okay, her damage is very low. One of the lowest I've seen so far. Energy crits 53.5. It's probably because there's somebody here giving me... No, I don't see any buffs. Let's try... Curse.
One Queen of Limbo ready for action.
One on the left, two on the right.
Here again. Space of darkness, quench the light.
Wow. Takes a long time to take down a lieutenant.
Clutch them in the Dark Elves' might.
You are so doomed.
I never feel like I'm in any danger. I'm just not doing much damage.
Drown them in the deepest mud. They must have deadly iron.
No, she has a soul sword. And it is not made of iron. Come back here, Magic. Come back here, Magic. Thank you. We don't need to involve everybody on the south wing of this place. Okay, he finally saw me. I saw that one coming, buddy.
This looks important. I'll hold on to it for safekeeping.
I have no spirit issues whatsoever. I know AoE doesn't do as much damage as a single target spender would. let's get out of here where I'm not burning whatever boosts I have.
Tell me straight, Gene. Did Professor X mess with my head?
This is 10K 2.1 seconds. This is 10K 1.9 seconds, but does 40% more damage against enemies in the center of it. So it seems to me like this guy actually does more damage than this guy does. See, it's 10.5, 2.1 per second. This is 9. This is 10 plus 40%, which is 14 every 1.9 or 1.9 per second. So this is my highest. This is my higher damage choice. 7.2 spirit cost. No spirit cost, but I don't have spirit issue. Unless there's... I could add secret orbs instead of my shield dome to give me, what did I say earlier? An extra 1K per second damage increase. Which isn't a whole lot. Here's this channel that does
You won't like Hulk when he's angry.
15K twice per second, but it knocks back. Bouncing discs. If you've got something to ricochet off of to come back and hit. The Crusher. It's got a cooldown. Can't use cooldown powers for crashing wave style. So maybe this needs to be my spirit spender. It does 20K 2 per second and an extra 40% after using invisibility, which is in my rotation. Now I lose the AoE. But I'm just not doing enough damage to a single target. This does nothing to help crashing wave style. I could give up a lot of survivability by throwing in seeker orbs, giving them 2 extra charges, had to give up my shield dome to pick up, to switch to single target away from AoE. I can still use this as my, or I can use this more of an, oh crap. I've still got invisibility for oh crap.
That guy.
Let's see what this does. Let's go do Magneto. But if Magneto stays, if you stay out of his thing, he's a pushover. Kingpin might be a little trickier because you've got to avoid his charges avoid
I'm glad you finally saw the
bullseye.
Now let's put those powers to good use.
Let's try scroll invasion first. Let's go try Kart. And then we'll go to a patrol zone.
Need a little backup?
Definitely flying around visible is different. I'm always invisible before the update. I forget invisibility and seeker orbs are sharing cooldowns and charges. Yeah.
Except that.
I feel like this thing is not doing any damage. Look at this. See, this was good when I was only using one of them, but now I'm using both of them. Crushing force, bouncing discs. Invisibility gains 15% damage. Okay, I'm hoping that means the invisibility power gains 15% damage. But it's not really showing up down here. Where'd he go? Need to pay attention. I lost him again. Oh, he's over there. Where are you, Magic? There you are.
belong to the Skrulls.
Okay, I'm definitely doing more damage now. At the sacrifice of survivability. But I haven't been in big danger yet. Did you keep up with me, Magic? Yes, you did. Alright, I turned invisible. That got those guys away from me. I need to stay opposite. Where'd he go? Oh, he's behind.
Powers of invisibility.
Yeah, I got in trouble there. Need my invisibility. I need to get rid of these guys. These guys. Ah!
These fools get messy.
All these other guys are annoying.
Somebody's in for a hell of a fight.
Yeah. Alright, I got rid of these guys. These guys need to go away before I can focus on. But I've lost magic. That's not good. Turn invisible. Bring out magic.
I don't know how much more I can take.
Go get on magic. Still got to get rid of all these extra guys. They're causing all kinds of issues. And I think they disappear if I could kill the boss. Where are you, Kurt? Ooh! Holy smokes!
One
Wait a
queen
minute,
of
let's do
limbo,
that.
ready for action.
Yeah, giving up survivability to be able to do damage is not that great. Get out of the red stuff. Just don't stand still. Get out of the red stuff. Invisibility seems to do nothing against these guys. And I lost magic again. So yeah, I am not where I need to be here. Invisible! Come on. Alright, she can do most of the cosmic terminals,
Wouldn't have to be Avengers if you
but not Kurt or Cosmic Ultron. She probably can do all of them except those two. Let's go to... We'll go see how she does in Cosmic Patrols. I've given up most of my support abilities to help other people out, just trying to keep myself...
Influence, Wade. Let's get you into an etiquette class.
Okay. Force Pillar doesn't come out often. I see it, but it doesn't come out often. So this increases health to all of us. So this is good for going into a cosmic patrol. I'm not sure how much that 5% damage is helpful. This may be better at surviving. invisibility automatically activates if you fall below 35 and it doesn't burn up a charge. %5 damage seems for only 5 seconds. Doesn't seem to be very helpful at all. Whereas this might, as far as... And then Shield Blitz provides a short stealth. Okay, this one's actually better. And I'll tell you why. This will only activate if you drop below 35% health. This is going to activate every time I need to shift positions. Which, if I drop below 35% health, I'm going to shift positions. The only time this doesn't help is if you've run out of your dash charges. And that only happens if you're trying to play the old style game. And I'm trying to learn to play the new style game.
Doctor Strange, please.
So if I run out of charges, that means I'm playing wrong. And I need to die. Or learn. Secret orbs. See, I kind of miss my AoE damage. But this does about double the AoE damage. Yeah. Well, this does 100% more damage to the one in the middle. So I'm doing 20k instead of 10k. And then 40% more on top of that. Well, 140% of the 10. I'm doing 24k almost every 2 seconds to the guy in the middle. Plus I'm doing splash damage to other people. This one's doing 28k
There's so much we don't understand
to the one guy.
We tend to call it magic. Wouldn't you say, Steven?
So this one's doing 24k to the one guy every 2 seconds. This is doing 28k to the one guy every 10 seconds. So this does a little bit. This does 4k more health per second. I'm not going to bring my dome back out. I'm providing enough utility right now. I'm applying guarded to allies. I'm giving everybody 10% more health and some health regen. So I'm not going to bring my bubble out. I still want to do damage. And this gal doesn't do a lot of damage. And I still don't have a need. Oh, this will increase my Seeker Orb's damage by 20%. So there's a talent I missed out on that I forgot to add when I added this. So Seeker Orbs now causes the next 3 activations of Crashing Wave to trigger 2 additional Seeker Orbs. Yeah, I didn't like the applied barrier because it actually removes invisibility.
Oh, Mooney, you're so crazy. But that's why I love you.
And I can't give up invisibility just for a little bit of what was it, 24k or 2400? Where is it? Invisibility. Wrong one. Wrong invisibility. This one. 2,500 damage absorbed. But I'm still visible. So yeah. But it also gives your allies. I'm sticking with this one. And I can't use Shield Dome because have to give up too much damage. Let's try Cosmic. Let's bring Magic back out. She could not survive.
One Queen of Limbo ready for action.
Let's go to
We're supposed to be teammates now, Victor. Learn how to take an order.
Cosmic Midtown. Ah, that was sneaky. Did you notice that? Where'd my invisibility go? When out of combat, you become stealthed.
Ooh, trust me, you won't like Hulk when he's angry.
When out of combat, you become stealthed. If that only means when out of combat, you become stealthed. I'm not stealthed. I was when I came in here. Okay, I have no idea why it brought me here. See, I'm stealth. That talent implies that when I'm out
Assistance the Fantastic Four can lend to
out
the
of combat, you're stealth.
honor.
But
I hear
as
we have a reputation in space.
but as soon as I fly,
You keep that crazy inside.
stealth goes away. There's nobody in here. Nobody fighting the Sentinels. We'll go see. Now I'm invisible again. I guess it considers flight as a combat. I don't know why. Don't know why it considers flight as combat. Just a bug, I guess. Oh no! Hulk died. I have no idea if Magic's still alive or not. I don't know if Hulk is surviving or not. Or Magic is surviving. Hulk's back. Holy cow. What's hitting Hulk? The poor guy has no ability to keep any health. Nobody's even paid attention to me over here. I don't see Magic out there. Doesn't mean she's not out there somewhere. Poor Hulk's having to run around like a chicken with his head cut off. Okay, I want to stay out of the AoE range. But I also want to keep up two of my dot circles. Okay, Hulk wants to beat on this guy, so let's beat on this guy. But I want to keep my dots up on the other guy too.
Next time you read over, can you try and send him home early?
Okay, that was an easy battle for me. Poor old Hulk had a hard time. Well, I really only saw him go down once. But he was in and out like a chicken with his head cut off. Yes, Magic is long gone. A time of team-ups may be over. It's possible that we're going to all have to go back to passive teammates on anything beyond heroic. But I didn't see an issue with team-ups. I don't remember an issue with team-ups. But then I've spent more time trying to figure out my characters than I have actually playing the game. She's got 7.3% less damage against attacks, 5.8% less damage against all attacks, and some health regen. More health regen, 30% less damage against all attacks. Yeah, melee in this game's rough. And if she's going to get in there and butt heads with the big boys, she's not going to survive, even with over 40% damage reduction. About 43% damage reduction. Let's go see what Cosmic Hightown's like. I like the fact that we don't put points in our pets anymore, because I always play with our team up. I keep calling my team up a pet. I always liked my team ups to be out. So I always ignored the away. So now the fact that the away points and the regular points are all selected is nice, because our team ups are going to be away a lot in Cosmics. Is anybody here? Okay. Turn a new leaf over. Okay, I am stealthed out of combat like I'm supposed to be. It's just when you activate your travel power, you go out of stealth. I'm sure that's something they did on purpose. I don't know why though. If you're trying to run away while you're in combat, you're not stealthed anyway. If I'm standing out of combat and I start my travel power, I don't know why it should take away my stealth. Just doesn't seem practical. Just means they want me to walk. They want me to walk. They don't want me to use my travel power. I didn't get out of that quick enough. Okay, somebody's stunned. Who are we working on? I want to know who we're attacking. Because that's who I want to focus on. Of course, magic I can't control. She's just going to go where she wants. I think we're focusing on Thor. Like I said, it's hard to tell. Once I get all my characters redone, I think it's time to start looking for a super group of like-minded individuals so that we can communicate in voice channels and play together. I don't know if these guys are focusing Thor. Yep, Thor went down. That's good. Who's next? Miss Marvel. Somebody's focusing Miss Marvel. And somebody's focusing Cap. I'm going to join the Cap Club. Till we get Cap down. I'm going to stay away from him. I think Storm finally decided, yeah, Cap needs to be focused first. Get away, Cap. Stay over there. And I do not see magic on the field anymore. That's just disappointing. I'll keep my dots on. We've got Colossus was over there doing his own thing. We finally got him down. Invisible Woman's going to be fine. in Cosmic Patrols. Probably one of the more than fines. I'm a little underwhelmed by her ability to do damage. I don't know that I'm really contributing a whole lot. Oops, I left some stuff behind. Losing stealth when you go into run is annoying. But it'll come back if nobody sees me, but everybody sees me, of course. But I think she's okay. She can't do the most severe cosmic terminals, but that's okay. I've got no problem with that. I'm going to go here first. And then go to the training round. I like what I have here. She just needs a lot more damage, which might be something that comes. Magic's back. Maybe I just lost magic by traveling across. I don't know. I think there's always been a bug in the team up code somewhere where when you're trying to go from point A to point B, you lose your team up and sometimes they don't come back. So she may have been lost when I moved over to the group of bosses, and or she could have just run off and was beating on something around the corner and I just didn't see her. It'd be nice if there was some kind of a team up mechanic that every 10 seconds maybe they would attack your target. No matter where they are and what they're doing. They would attack your target every 10 seconds. That way, if they did run off, they'd come back in 10 seconds. But okay, I can work with her. I just think her damage is low. Even though I built her more for damage. Well, except this power. I don't know how I've built her. I would really need to spend days focused on one character. Or wait for the theory crafters to figure out the one characters. But I'm ready to move on. To... In other words, I like how she is right now. I just don't know that I'm contributing in a group the way I need to. Even though I was giving everybody 10% health, and I was giving everybody 1% health regen. So... maybe I'm not supposed to do more damage, as much. I think you know what I'm saying. Trying to say. Maybe Black Widow next. Because Jean's on the list. Cable's on the list. So I don't want to touch them till after the next update. Hopefully the next update. Kitty's on the list. We already did Magic, and she's about the same place Invisible Woman is. She's less survivable because she doesn't have the invisibility and the resistance shields and stuff, because I didn't build her that way. But she can do the same content. Comparing right now the way I've got Invisible Woman set up and the way I've got Magic set up, Magic can do the same content Invisible Woman can. But Invisible Woman's more survivable and Magic does way more damage, I think. Rocket is on the list. Rogue is a completely different monster. Like I said earlier, I took her off stream and off YouTube, and I went and started collecting powers for her. And I've got quite a few. I've collected quite a few powers. But I've also got a whole lot more to collect. A whole lot more. And over here, there's a whole lot more to collect, so that's something I'll still do offline. So I'm not ready for Rogue yet, I don't think. I threw some stuff on her, but so Rocket is on the list. So Scarlet we've already done. Spider Girl we've already done. Squirrel Girl is on the list. Right now I'm just looking at my Cosmic Prestige characters. So that just leaves Black Widow. Unless I go to some of the red ones. Some of my red prestiged. Who's a red prestiged that I like playing a lot? That's melee. But I think Angela? Black Cat? How good is a stealth mechanic in melee? I don't know that it helps at all. It does if you're solo. I don't know. Maybe I should try. See, I play Black Widow ranged.
Is there anything left for me to do?
And this is why. If they don't give a character that has a melee, let's see if she's still got a melee. Yes. If they give me a character with a melee tree and her damage reduction starts off this low, then I don't consider them a melee character. That is my view of this game if you want to play Cosmic difficulty. Now, she may be giving some stuff in here that improves this. But she is at my ranged character's damage reduction base. So I see her as a ranged character. And I'll give you a comparison. Let me show you what I'm comparing her to. I can't compare her to Spider-Man because he's got a Perseus, or Spider-Girl. But the other melee character that I already looked at was Captain Marvel.
Time to get cracking. 10 seconds.
See that? And it's where she's got this. Which I think is, almost mandatory for a melee character. So this gives her 3%. So I could get 3% trying to play Black Widow melee. I can get her 3% more. But what else gives her? This gives a little bit of defense. Strength doesn't help. Energy doesn't help. I mean, strength helps a little bit in deflection. And energy helps a little bit from ranged. But, just base damage reduction, I'm still sitting 3% higher than Black Widow. But Black Widow has stealth mechanics. Depends on how good that stealth is in melee. See, this could be 36 if she had the 1500 defense. This would be 36. If she gets the talent for 8% more damage reduction when you hit with the melee, which Captain Marvel also has. So this would be 36. And if her core had... What was Captain Marvel after I removed those two? I think she was still 36. Even after I removed those two.
So what's the sit rep?
Yeah, she's still sitting 3% higher. So is stealth actually worth 3% damage reduction? I don't know. To try to play her melee.
I knew you'd need me eventually.
It's what kind of a core did I pick up? Ooh, a nice... Well, no, not nice. Let's dump all this stuff.
This is state of the art.
I like playing her ranged. I would like to see somebody playing magic melee, because I was having trouble surviving ranged with magic. I can't imagine melee with magic. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, these guys. They are here. And then throw all this junk here. What was it? I don't think those were any good. I don't remember looking at them, but... Alright. So let's build us a ranged Black Widow. What have we got? I'm ready to take my midday break. That means I will be back in about between an hour and 15 minutes. So this stream I worked on Invisible Woman. When I come back after my midday break, we'll work on Black Widow. I can't believe it's still taking me about 2 a day to go through these guys to try to figure them out. But that's what I'll do. I will be back in 60 to 75 minutes. Well, 45 to 75 minutes. You know, may not be long at all. So just keep an eye. I will tweet to Twitter when I'm back, but just check on me in a little bit, and I should be back again. But thank you for coming and watching me. Thank you for your patience in going really, in depth into each one of these characters. Well, I say in depth. I'm not going theory craft level. Those guys have been working on their main ever since this dropped. And they're still working on their main. And they'll be working on their main for a week or so. And I've got too many I enjoy playing. So I will let them work all that out and start posting their discoveries. And I'm just trying to come up with builds that I find comfortable to play and simple to play. And that's where I am. And I will see you back in 45 plus minutes. Thank you.